What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in this video, we're going to be going through some content that I actually didn't make a video on its first release. And the main reason for that is because this chopper mission is right here. So if you complete 25 completed runs of any of the Stampede Celebration stuff, that does not include the stuff that has just come out with the ranking event or Raid Bullet. This only pertains to the older fortnights and Raid Lucci and Raid Sabo. I think Colosseum Law, when that returns, will also count towards this. So if you guys have not farmed up any of the previously released Stampede characters, I would suggest doing so, not only because the characters are actually really good, but you also get your hands on a special ticket that will guarantee you a movie rare recruit character. And if you get a red, it means that it's guaranteed to be Shiki, Zephyr, Zoro, or Stampede Luffy or Bullet. So that's pretty cool. I have seen people been tweeting me that they have been getting reds from these tickets, so they are out there. Of course, it is only one chance to get it, which is the unfortunate thing. You can also get your hands on this Usopp here. He's nothing crazy, but still, it's a free, Straw Hat Stampede character. So definitely go ahead and farm this up. So in this video today, I have 3 separate teams, both for Clash Sabo and for Clash Lucci. I strongly suggest farming these guys up, particularly because they are very good. Particularly Lucci. I think Lucci is definitely seen more play compared to Sabo, but saying that, Sabo still has amazing abilities, works well on a lot of different teams, so make sure to farm up Sabo and Lucci respectively. There are also the Stampede Fortnights here, the Pirate Expo ones. Nothing really crazy in here, but if you haven't done them yet, farm them up. They have some pretty interesting abilities, but definitely not required units for content. So yeah, you make sure to farm up, the 2 Stampede Fortnights as well as the Stampede Lucci and Sabo. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. So getting into this video, as I said, there are going to be 3 teams, both for Lucci and also for Sabo. There will be timestamps down below in the description, and I'll make a comment down below as well, so you guys can skip ahead to certain teams that you want to go ahead and have a look at. So against this one right here, which is going to be Lucci, I do think Lucci is the better of the 2. I feel like he's going to see more play just because of his amazing specials. So if you guys don't know what he does 100,000 fixed damage already to all enemies as well, and then he has a really powerful effect of changing all slots, including block, into either strength, quick, or int. Now, of course, if you know the captain ability of Douglas Bullet, those 3 slots are counted as beneficial to the 3 colors that he boosts, so it's just a match made in heaven with this guy as a sub under the captain of Douglas Bullet. But that's not it. He also has a really unique mechanic where, depending on what color characters you have on your crew when you use the special, he will have differing effects. So if you have 4 or more strength characters, you get a 2 times color affinity for 1 turn, but then if you have 3 quick or int characters, you reduce bind by 5 turns, and you also reduce rainbow shield by 5 turns. So there's a really nice mechanic that you can have with this Raid Lucci. You can either have him run as a color affinity booster for your team, or if you plan your team out the other way, you can have him just remove bind and rainbow shield on the enemy. So a very interesting mechanic, and very cool the way that he is built. And remember that no matter which way you build the character with this guy, you are always going to be getting the full board of strength, quick, and int, which is very nice. And he also, as we said at the start, does give you that fixed damage to all enemies as well. So very useful character to have. So the first team you guys are seeing here is going to be a V2 Zoro team utilizing a bunch of different slasher characters. The sub on that team, that Fujitora, is actually really good. Unfortunately, he hasn't returned. He actually did debut with the whole Stampede celebration as well. Kind of weird that he did not return. He's got a really nice crewmate ability that resists all turns of blindness, which, that's kind of ironic considering the character of Fujitora. But yeah, he's a really useful character to have, as well as, orb manipulation and such. So he's really good. The secondary team you guys are seeing here is a Bartolomeo Cavendish team utilizing a bunch of driven characters, and of course with the final boss stage he does change your captain. Your captain will be changed to whichever character is in your middle right spot. So for this example, we are utilizing Legend Doflamingo version 1 in that middle right position. He will become our captain on stage 5, and he does have a very good captain ability for your driven characters. I believe it is a 3.5 times captain effect. And then the fact that we have all of these characters here, no matter which way we utilize our team, we are guaranteed to get a full board of matching orbs, which is going to be also very good, and it's able to completely get through this. And then the final team you guys will be seeing here of Raid Lucci is actually the exact same team that I used to farm farm this when I was not home during this raid's release, which of course was going to be a Douglas Bullet team. Now, during this guy's release, we actually did not have the 6+ version of Bullet. We only had the original 6-star version. So I guess if you look at it in a different light, yeah, it's the same team, but it is kind of not the same team. It's essentially the same team though. But there we go. I'll leave you guys with this, and then once the Raid Sabo stuff comes on board, we'll go ahead and discuss him. So now that we've gone ahead and talked about the Raid Lucci, let's go ahead and have a look at Sabo now. First of all though, the team that you're seeing right now, which is the Carrot team with a bunch of int characters, this is the exact same team that I used to farm him up when I was not home during this raid's release. So if you guys are looking for a team, I would strongly suggest this one because it clears it in like less than 2 minutes. It's extremely fast. Sabo is definitely a much easier raid compared to Lucci. One thing to note though, as you may miss it, is that I am using the raid boss Zoro as a support character on this team to ensure that our characters here will get additional color affinity on the final boss stage, because as you can see on stage 1, you get the special limiter inflicted to your team, so you can only use 2 specials per turn, and every character on this team is actually a slasher, so that Raid Zoro is a perfect fit for this team as a support character. But let's go ahead and talk about Sabo. Why is Sabo so good? So he has a very powerful special ability as well, and of course we have Lucci that works with Douglas Bullet, and then we have Sabo who works well with Stampede Luffy. So this Sabo special ability reduces your crew's attack down and burn duration by 5 turns, so that's a pretty nice piece of utility. He then will go ahead and boost the type effects of your normal attacks, which is otherwise known as color affinity. So he gives color affinity of Psi, Dex, and Strength characters by 1.75 times for 2 turns. So 2-turn color affinity is very, very good. And then on top of that, he also has an effect which makes all type slots beneficial for 2 turns. So again, this guy works extremely well with Stampede Luffy, especially if you are up against an int enemy. Stampede Luffy didn't really need that much of a help anyway against int enemies, but again, if you are against int enemies and you have this guy in your team, you can have the Stampede Luffy special and this special active. You're pretty much guaranteed a full board of matching orbs. If you get a recovery or tandem orb, that won't be counted as beneficial with the Luffy captain ability or this special ability. but it's something to note. Then we have this secondary team you guys are seeing right now, which is a V2 Katakuri team. I would only run this team if this is like your last resort, because it is quite extensive. It takes a long time for this team to actually work. I did kind of overstall in terms of how much damage I was taking. I think I took, walking into this room, I think I took around 100,000 damage. You definitely don't need that much, especially if you activate both Katakuri specials. Like, it's more than enough damage either way. And also, Legend Marco is not required on this team. I ran him just as like a safety precaution, but you do not need him at all for healing. You can replace him with whatever you want. Oven was kind of nice to have as a type boost on stage 3, but again, not really required. I'd say the only required characters here are Law with the Corazon support, and the Chiffon's really nice on stage 4 to remove the paralysis, as well as giving you some healing mechanics just in case if you can't take down the enemies and, you know, you think you're gonna die. It's nice to have the healing mechanics there. But anyways, yeah, Sabo is a great character, and of course you should farm him up. He also has a great captain ability that kind of works well with a friend Stampede Luffy. Like, if you don't own your own Stampede Luffy, you can definitely run a hybrid with Sabo as the captain with a friend Luffy. That will work pretty well. And then the final team you guys are seeing here is going to be a Stampede Luffy team. Of course, I had to use my boy, recently pulled him, so I definitely wanted to give him a shot here. And he goes to town, of course. He goes to town. He goes absolutely crazy. Now, of course, we do have Kaido as a sub. Kaido is definitely not required for this team. I want to put that out there just in case if anyone was wondering. You do not need him. Perisper is very, very nice to have. Elizabello, you do not need either. The Stampede Boa Hancock, hopefully she returns soon to Global, because she is so nice, so good for the Stampede Luffy teams to get a guaranteed full board of orbs, as then you can activate the Stampede Luffy special for his boost as well. So the Luffy and Boa, you know, as expected, work very, very well together. But anyways, that is going to wrap up this video today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know some people were asking me about, you know, making videos about this stuff because I didn't make it in the first place. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.